everyone. Thank you for joining me for our employers training powered by Appulate. Let's jump right into training. The first thing that you will want to do as an employer's agent is open up your record form wherever it lives. For me, it's a PDF record form on my desktop. For you as an agent in your agency, you may use an agency management system, and that is completely fine. Simply open up the Accord form at its origin. You can see that this is simply an Accord 125. If I keep scrolling, I also have a 130 attached to it, and that's because we are quoting work comp for employers today. You can see that my Accord form is completed with all of the data I've already entered on my Accord form. Now, I want to get this data into Appulate so that I can submit to employers and not have to rekey any of the duplicate data you see here right now. I'm going to locate the print function in my environment and then make sure that Appulate Uplink is my destination printer driver. Now, I do want to expand my printer driver list here just to show that I do in fact have other printer drivers installed. So let's say my home office printer is the office printer that the system defaulted to. Please just make sure that before you're clicking print that you are changing the printer driver destination to that of Appulate Uplink. Then click print. Once you click print, what the system is doing is preparing to transfer the data from our record form into Appulate. And momentarily, the system will provide us a pop-up from Appulate asking us to validate our Appulate credential information. That credential information is only ever going to be attached to your email address and nothing else. This is what the pop-up looks like. So as I mentioned previously, simply type in your email address and type in your Appulate password. If you were ready to go and this is your preferred method of using Uplink, simply click send. I do want to show a very nifty shortcut that many employers agents love to use. Here's that same Accord form that lives on my desktop. I'm right-clicking with my mouse on the Accord form and then using the Appulate Uplink shortcut. I simply click Uplink and I get that same pop-up. The bottom line is there's no right or wrong way to use Appulate Uplink. If it's easier for you to select the printer driver in the origin of the Accord form, that's fine. If you like the right-click mouse shortcut, that's completely fine too. You receive the same pop-up. Once you enter your credential information, go ahead and click send. The system will then automatically open up Appulate in your default internet browser. We're going to confirm that we are in fact working on workers' compensation. You can see the name of the insured at the top. Now we will click continue. The system takes us to our Appulate default desktop here, and all of our duplicate information has been bridged over, so we do not have to rekey anything that is duplicate. Now I will click add market. It's kind of near the top left-hand side of the screen. So it's that circle icon that says add market. I'm going to type in employers. I'm going to be using the testing market today, but you will be using the capital letters employers production market for yourself as the agent. Now I will click add one market because I'm only adding one market to the submission, and that being employers. Now I'll head to the actions column and click request quote. This will take us to the employer-specific questionnaire. The employer's engineers have worked with the Appulate engineers to plug in all of the missing and required questions that will need to be answered in order to provide you, the agent, with a quote. So I'm simply looking for the red indicators next to our tabs here. I'm going to then expand my payroll and rating table. This is for 8810. Now, employers does have specific class codes, so all you have to do here is just retype the class code and then add the employer-specific class code to the submission. Moving on to 4297, graphic design. Now we have answered, made one human error. I like to show human error in all these videos because they definitely happen. And now both of our class codes have the missing and required questions they need. We'll move on to the questionnaire. Again, just notating the red asterisk next to each question. This means that those questions are missing and required. Employers have told Appulate that those are missing and required. You simply scroll through, simply use the radio buttons in this case to answer the missing and required questions. Now we are in the policy information section. If I had a limit on my Accord form, this would automatically populate, but for this case, I actually didn't have one. So I'm simply going to use the employer's liability limits dropdown to select the liability limits desired. Now we can click Request Quote. The system is now populating either one of two things. One, an indication that needs to be reviewed by underwriting, or if it's an acceptable class code, it's going to be an instant bindable quote. So here is the quote that's populated directly from employers using Appulate. I can then click on the PDF. It does download. We open it up, and you can see that this is exactly the same as the employer's quote that you would receive directly from the employer's system. But because you did not have to rekey any duplicate information, you were able to get this quote so much faster and beat out your competition. If you are ready to go ahead and find this quote, simply click Find. This would then just need a couple pieces of information from you regarding your insured, like the email address, confirming any other information, so this is not applicable. You then choose your payment plan from the drop-down menu. So we do annual pay in this case, and then you click that you understand that these policies are issued in mandatory states. Now, click the Bind button in the bottom right-hand side of the screen. This then sends that bind request directly to employers. So as you can see, from start to finish, Employers powered by Appulate turbocharges your submission process as the agent. If you have any technical questions, please feel free to forward them to support@appulate.com. If you have any coverage questions, please make sure to contact your employer's representative. Thank you so much. We hope you enjoyed this training, and we are excited to see you next time. Take care.